As I lay in a Holiday Inn Express bed in the middle of nowhere, Pennsylvania, I woke up early. I looked out the window and I saw cows grazing. I looked behind me, my son is sleeping on the other bed. That's when I realized that I was really living the dream life. Let me explain. What were we doing in the middle of Pennsylvania is the first question you may ask me. Well, we were there for, my son plays AAU basketball. He was a very competitive basketball player. He had a tournament in Pennsylvania. We traveled almost every weekend for my son, either my son or my daughter, for sporting events, for meets, for recitals, and all kinds of different things. And this particular weekend, just like a lot of consecutive weekends, we were in a hotel room. We were there to watch, and I was there spending the weekend with my son so that he could play in a huge basketball tournament out there in Pennsylvania with his national travel team. And my son has a very great interest in basketball. He absolutely loves basketball. He has a dream of playing in the NBA one day. Now, that was just 2 weekends ago. The week before that, in the middle of the week, I guess these events don't care if parents have jobs or not, from Tuesday to Friday, my daughter had a track meet, which was national championships in track and field in Icon Stadium, New York City. My daughter had 4 races. She ran in 4 races, and they said, hey, instead of putting all those races on one day, she can run the 200 meter on Tuesday, the 400 meters on Wednesday, the 4x100 relays on Thursday, and the 4x400 relay on Friday. And they didn't do it to spite me. That was just the way that it was set up. My daughter happened to qualify for multiple races, so we had to spend the entire day for 4 straight days just to see her run for under 60 seconds-ish on each day. But God bless, I loved every moment of it. Now, the fact that I was able to be there is what I'm talking about. I wouldn't have wanted to be anywhere else in the world except to be at that meet all day just so I could watch my little girl run. I can go and watch my son play basketball and live his dream. Nothing gives me greater joy than witnessing the miracle of them doing things that they love and them growing up. This is what it brings me incredible fulfillment, and that's what financial freedom is about, right? It's about having the ability to take days off, multiple days off, take time to go training, to travel to places. You need to have the means as well as the time. I know a lot of wealthy doctors, right, that they're really rich, they make a lot of money, millions of dollars a year, they run incredible businesses. But I know a lot of them that will never be able to take 4 days off in a row, right? They wouldn't be able to do it and not be mentally there, right? They only take a couple of vacations a year, week at a time. The entire time they're not there, they're thinking about what's going on there, right? So that isn't true freedom. I'm talking about true freedom so that you can be there, you can be present, you can be there for your children or whatever it is that you are passionate about. Now, this wasn't always the case for me. Early on in my career, early on in my family, I was very busy. I was a full-time endodontist. I worked 45 hours a week, 6 days a week. I traveled multiple states. I lived in New York City. I used to travel to Pennsylvania and New Jersey and all over New York City even to work in multiple associate jobs as an endodontist. And I was very proud because of my hard work. And I really worked hard, and I was proud to work hard. I'm the son of poor immigrants where we've learned about hard work and the importance of it. And by working hard, I was able to become an incredible provider for my children and for my wife and my entire family, extended family. And I was very proud of that because coming from a poor immigrant family, my parents both worked a lot. We didn't have much money. We didn't get to do extracurricular things. We didn't get to participate in ski trips and other things that the school went on. And the fact that I'm able to put my son in basketball, I'm able to hire one-on-one trainers that come to the house. I'm able to hire one-on-one trainers for my daughter's figure skating. Right? My daughter is not only a track and field, but she's also she's on the New York City Chelsea Piers synchronized team, synchronized skating, figure skating team. Right? And it's already an incredibly expensive sport. I'm able to give her the privilege of even going her dream of being a figure skater, because in this area it's an extremely expensive sport. And then on top of that, having the means to hire one-on-one trainers, and she spends enormous amounts of time on ice and off ice training for being an extremely good figure skater. And earning a very high endodontist income, we are blessed to live in a very nice, safe, and also very expensive town. Right, with unlimited resources, access to amenities, access to the best hospitals, best schools, multiple airports. It's an incredible place to raise a family. I used to carry working 6 days a week as a badge of honor. Like, I used to say the slogans, hey, money doesn't sleep, hustlers don't sleep, they take naps, and all the BS that you hear in the media. That is not a sustainable way to live and to earn and to be. And I was also so busy that early on in my children's life, I just wasn't there. I was working a lot. I was spending overnights working, because I would work in Pennsylvania. I would stay in a hotel, work the next day, stay in another hotel, make a lot of money, and come home. But I realized after a while that I was missing out on seeing my children growing up. Their young years, their babies. I was sad that I was missing a lot of these things. And being all of a sudden being a provider wasn't enough. Right? My parents both worked a lot. They didn't have a lot of time to take care of us because they were both working. And so I was doing the same thing. But I was also feeling like I was missing something, and I was missing to see them doing it. I was proud of the fact that I could provide, but I was missing out on being present, seeing the milestones of these babies when they do the first thing for the first time. And I said, after I missed my daughter's kindergarten recital, I said, no more, I'm not doing this anymore. This isn't working out. I wanted to watch them grow. I wanted to be there at halftime when my son is crying in frustration and I want to just go over and be there for him. Or when they lose a game, my daughter loses a competition. I want to be there for every triumphant victory my son has on his team. I want to be there when my daughter wins a gold medal. I want to be there for the highs. I want to be there for the lows. I want to just be there for them. I want them to remember Daddy always took care of us, and he was always there for us too. This is what's important to me. I want to be the guy that's there advocating if my son isn't getting enough playing time. I want to be the loudest guy cheering. So being a provider wasn't enough. And this may sound extremely anticlimactic here, but what changed everything for me is by learning how to invest in real estate. I went all in with passive investing in 2019, and I haven't looked back since. I've gone on to help dozens and dozens and dozens of dentists start investing in real estate. I made it my career mission to help 1,000 dentists achieve financial freedom through passive investment so that they didn't have to go through the mistakes and the school of hard knocks that I went through. And I went through a lot of it just because of the lack of guidance, lack of mentorship, lack of knowledge, lack of experience. And now I'm sitting here 16 years later, gone through a lot of bumps and bruises to get to where I'm at, and I'm trying to help to compress time with this video, with this channel, with our Walk of Wealth Facebook group, with our in-person meetings. I'm trying to spread this knowledge so that we can all break free of our dependence of dental income, so that we can get control of our time and have the optionality to be a doctor, right? Being a doctor not for money. That's what I want for us. And that's why I know now that life is a lot more fulfilling for me. I have the time now to spend with my children, to do everything, to be there, to have date night with my wife, and I have time to educate my fellow doctors and do what I really love, which is real estate investing. All right, guys, I hope that helps. I hope you got a ton of value. Smash the like button if you got any value from it. Please share with any like-minded colleagues. Click on the next video to keep the information flowing and your bank account's growing. I'm Dr. Johnny Walker. Peace.